Hello friends, welcome back. When I was about 17, I found one book. I had bought that book, and while if I would read it today, maybe I would find it very basic book. But in those days, it felt like a great book, and there was something. In fact, there were many things, but there was something in particular in that book which touched me that time, and it is still with me even now. I feel the same when I think of that. Like, I don't think there is any better way to explain a particular concept the way that was done in that book. Maybe some of you have already heard about it, but maybe some of you have not. So I'm going to start with that. What I read in that book was about the story of a man, the story of a father and a son. The father, he was working in the office, and he had a lot of work which he needed to finish it. So he brought back home with him some work from the office. And before he returns next day to the office, he must complete that. So he is at home, but still he is working. And then he has a small son, maybe like five years old son. And the son is asking the attention all the time that, Dad, please come and play with me. Please do this and do that. But father said, son, I am very busy. But son, children. So he's still wanting to play with the father. So father says, okay, let's do this thing. He looks around, and the father finds a magazine, and in the magazine he finds something like this, a map of the world. This is the map of the world. I don't know if you can see from here or you can see from here. Probably from here it's a better view. So the father gave this page magazine to the son and said that, okay, what I'm doing is I'm going to make this into pieces like this, and this, and this, and this, and this. Now here is the entire world, all the countries of the world. What I want you to do is to put all the countries back in their own place so that the world map is again complete. Now the father thought that, he's a child, 5 years old child. It is going to, at least now I have at least 1 hour until he will come back to me. So he started working, and the boy came in 3 minutes. Father said, I told you don't come to me until you finish that. Son said, but Dad, I finished it. And father was amazed, like, how could you finish? Because even if I have to put back all the countries together, it would take me a lot of time. Well, the son said, so father asked, then how did you do that? The son said, you see Dad, you gave me this world map, right? Yeah, you asked me to put all the countries together, and I know it was difficult, but then when you were giving me, I had seen that behind the world map, on the back side of the world map, I saw that there is a picture of a woman. I simply put the woman together. It's very easy. I put the eye in the place of eye. I just connected the face, and I got the world together. You see, the story is simple. The story simply says that when you put yourself together, the world automatically falls in its own place. Friends, that is the topic for today. Yesterday, or not yesterday, but the last video that I made was about the false equations that we have in our mind, which block our experience of happiness. So today I'm going to talk about the most common false equation. This is that false equation. If we identify it and if we remove it, 90% of our reasons for unhappiness would be gone. So what I'm going to tell you today probably may not be new, but if you would have truly realized, you would not be searching for happiness. The simple fact that we are searching for happiness means that this is one insight which I want to share with you today. maybe many of us know, but we have not integrated it in our life. While the insight itself is very simple, but it was put together in one of the best possible ways by the spiritual teacher which I once mentioned, Byron Katie. This is the way she describes it. So, all the things of this world, we can divide them into 3 different blocks. The first block would be my business. Now, by business here, I don't mean the traditional connotation of business, which is about exchange of commodities. By business, in English, it's a way of saying the things that I do. It's like things that matter to me or something about me. So here, my business indicates all the things which are directly under my control. The things which I have direct influence to do something about. It includes what I choose to do, what I do, the way I react, the way I feel, the action I take or the action I don't take. These are all my businesses. Then, just as there is my business, the second block is your business. Your business here means the business of all other people who are not you. So it would include even the closest people around you, maybe your parents, your husband, wife, children, friends, the entire world. For everyone else have got their own business, which is your business, not mine, right? And then the third block, we can say God's business. God's business are the things over which I don't have any direct influence, or no one else has direct influence on it. They just happen without we choosing them. So my business, things which I have influence. Your business, the things which other people have influence on. And God's business over which no one has influence on. So imagine you have a daughter and you want to take your daughter to picnic. So you are the one. Now at this moment you are still in your business. You decided, I want to take my daughter to picnic. You made the choice of the place. This is where I will go. You made the choice. This is how I will go. So this is all in your business. Now at some point you thought that maybe it's a good idea to take another girl also with your daughter, maybe more than one girl, so that she will not feel bored in the picnic. She will have her friends. So you take up your phone and dial number of your daughter's friend's mother to ask, can she come on the picnic? And the lady says no. Now when the lady says no, because whatever reasons she has, you feel disappointed because you wanted the girl to have company and now you cannot have. So when you are disappointed, you have already gone into the zone of your business. Your business was to, your means you, in this case my business was to ask, will you allow your daughter to come with me? That's all the control you had in this situation. The next step was that lady's decision to allow her daughter or not for whatever reason. So if she says yes or no, it is her choice. And when she made her choice as a no, you felt disappointed. But do you notice that you felt disappointed not because of something which was under your control, but because of something that was under someone else's control. So your disappointment in this case came from someone else's business. And then you still try to convince her, but she is not convinced. So you pick up the phone again and you dial another number to another girl's mother and she agrees. So finally you are satisfied. So here what you did is, you did what was possible by you, which you call another person, that was your business, right? Now, you are going with the girls toward the picnic place and you are thinking about how good time you are going to have. You reach the place, you spread out all your things like the mats and food and everything and you let the girls play. And in less than 10 minutes, suddenly, huge clouds, dark clouds come up on the sky and it starts raining and pouring heavily. And now your picnic is over. Now you will not be able to enjoy, not the girls will be able to enjoy. All of you are disappointed. You decide to go back home, return home. Now again you are disappointed. But in this case, the disappointment comes not because of something you could do or could not do yourself. The disappointment comes because of things which are beyond anyone's controls. For example, rain, which was God's business. So if you notice this, in our life, 90% of the pain, suffering and unhappiness that comes, it comes when we are outside my business. When we are outside the zone of my business into the zone of your business and God's business, there will always be disappointments, because it is not possible to control or influence another person. You may manipulate them, but still that manipulation also means that you are making them ready to agree with you. So eventually they agree. But it is, unless they are willing to be agreed, you cannot make them do things. Basically, look at the reasons people are unhappy. Majority of the reasons. He is like that, she is like that, he is not doing this, she is not doing that. Very rarely it is about me not doing this, me. And if you know me not doing this, why don't you do? Who stops you? The thing is, it is more about the world than about us. Like the disappointments that come to us, they are coming a lot from the world, and I would say disappointment is a big cause of unhappiness. So if we stop interfering into my business, instead of going out of my business, if you stop interfering in your business and God's business, we will remove at least 90% of the reasons or disappointment that we are facing on everyday basis. I know it sounds too good to be true, but look at your life. Look at majority of the reasons of disappointment that you would have in your life. They are whenever you have tried, whenever you have relied the other person to change, whenever you have relied on things which cannot be changed to be changed, which is God's business or someone else's business. So I believe that the measure of a person's intelligence is not how much they know or how much information they can reproduce when it is required. No, it is not. The measure of a person's intelligence is how happy they can live. And one of the signs of this intelligence is the ability to know the difference between what can be changed and what cannot be changed. What can be changed is always within my business, which I can do. What cannot be changed is usually, not usually, always in the zone of other people's business or God's business. So one of the most important things, one of the most important steps we can take to create this ecology of a happy life is to return to the zone of my business, to come back to the area over which we have direct influence and direct control. If this is done, we are not far from creating ecology of a happy life, because we will remove two of the most common equations that are blocking our happiness. First equation, somewhere we think that I have control over other people, or I should or I could control other people, which is not possible. That is one false equation. And the other false equation is that somehow, so many of us believe that I will get what I want by emotional drama. Yes, it sounds crazy, but look at it. If we did not believe that we would get what we want by going into emotional drama, then why would we go to these emotional dramas? the reason we get is because somewhere deep down there is this equation that if I become angry, or if I become sad, or if I withdraw, maybe the world will give me what I am looking for. So these are the two false equations, very common, but by sticking to my business, you will be able to you will be able to remove these two equations and create the ecology of a happy life. That was a pleasure talking to you, coming back here, and I hope to come back again tomorrow with a new video. Until then, have a great day. Thank you very much.